They say fascism comes with boots, but in the 21st century, it wears a smile, speaks in editorials, and votes blue in Western democracies. Liberal Zionism is the mask, and what it hides is not a peace process, but a process of permanent domination. Liberal Zionism claims to uphold Enlightenment values, liberty, justice, the dignity of man. It claims to believe in human rights, in coexistence, in a two-state solution just out of reach. But these claims collapse the moment they confront reality. Because the truth is this: liberal Zionism is not a solution to fascism. It is its gateway. It justifies an ethno-state in the language of pluralism. It defends apartheid while quoting Jefferson. It offers itself as a moderate alternative to theocratic supremacy and far-right ultranationalism, while defending the various systems that make those things inevitable. This is not a paradox, it's a structure. And when you understand the structure, you understand why Enlightenment values have no oxygen left in Zionist thought. Because the core of Zionism, no matter how it's dressed, demands inequality as a prerequisite for existence. You cannot have universal liberty and a state built on ethnic preference. You cannot have equal protection under the law and a legal regime that grants citizenship by bloodline while bombing the children of the occupied. And you cannot invoke the Enlightenment if your vision of peace still requires a boot on someone's neck. Liberal Zionism doesn't reject this reality. It delays its recognition. It keeps decent people sedated. It promises a better version of the same injustice, less brutal, more tolerable, but still rooted in hierarchy, still sustained by military force, still premised on displacement. This is how it feeds the Axis of Endarkenment, because fascism doesn't just rise through violence. It rises through delay, through ambiguity, through the refusal to name things for what they are, through liberals who decry the right wing but refuse to dismantle the structure that empowers it. You want to understand the Axis? Look to its function. Possivid. The purpose of a system is what it does. Liberal Zionism stabilizes that system. It creates a diplomatic firewall around an apartheid regime. It provides moral cover for mass surveillance, indefinite detention, and settler expansion. It keeps the funding flowing. It calls for ceasefires without cease. And in doing so, it transforms Enlightenment values from instruments of liberation into tools of PR management. This is not theoretical. This is observable. Look at Schumer. Look at the Democrats who criticize Netanyahu but vote to fund his bombs. Look at the college presidents wringing their hands while the NYPD hauls away students demanding nothing more than equal humanity. This is what liberal Zionism does. It manufactures permission. Permission for occupation. Permission for ethnic cleansing. Permission for genocide. And that permission, once granted, becomes the currency of fascism, because every tyrant, every strongman, every demagogue across the globe watches Israel get away with it and learns the same lesson. If you brand your domination as security, the world will look away, especially the liberals. And here's the final heresy. The Enlightenment is not on their side. It never was. The Enlightenment said power must justify itself, that liberty is not a privilege of the dominant, but the birthright of all, that sovereignty cannot be claimed by brute force or inherited blood, but must be earned through consent, equality, and the rule of law. Liberal Zionism violates every one of these principles. And when it claims to represent them, it drags the Enlightenment into the mud. It turns reason into excuse. It turns liberty into a slogan for settlers. It turns justice into delay. The Axis of Endarkenment is not just Trump and Musk and Netanyahu and Orban. It's the structure that allows them to function. It's the liberal machinery that refuses to dismantle empire, even while it decries its outcomes. And if we are to survive what is coming, we must do more than critique the far right. We must destroy the mechanisms that sustain it, especially the ones wearing our values as camouflage. Because enlightenment is not moderation, it is fire. It is a demand for universal dignity, not conditional belonging. It is a commitment to truth, not comfort. And the truth is this: liberal Zionism is not the bulwark against fascism. It is the funnel through which it blows.